On folks, this is Noble Nines YouTube. I'm your host, D-Mac. Going to show y'all our most recent war. A lot of hype around this war, or at least on our side, because we had an extra Town Hall 10 on them, like I said in the previous recap video. But they also, for Town Hall 9s, had a huge hero advantage. I mean, they were running at least 8 or 9, possibly up to 10. I didn't go through and count 30-30s or 28-30 or whatever. They had a lot of heroes that were a lot higher than ours. But as you can see, we were able to get all the Town Hall 9s except for 2. And then we left 2 1-star Town Hall 10s, but not because, our Town Hall 10s are trash or anything like that. The reason was because, early off, we always start strong. We came out swinging, and I think on their bottom 15 Town Hall 9s, we cleaned them up pretty quick. I think by about the 9 hour into the war, they were all gone. And at about the same time, they had only gotten on their side about, I think, 3, possibly 4, 3 stars. And so we really knew that this was going to be a wrap early. Not because they were bad. We had brought out really good bases. Our Town Hall 10s are all, 98 war weight and up, except for Goku down there. 40-40 heroes, max defenses. So we knew they weren't going to be able to 3-star us, especially with the anti-3-star bases. So we kind of let, we took the limits off and we told them, everybody can attack who they want. Town Hall 10s can go for 3, on a fresh base, whatever. Because usually if it was a scrimmage, we'd be a little bit more careful and we'd go for a higher score, of course, because we'd need it. But in this war, we kind of just let everybody get better practice using different attacks if they wanted. So it wasn't a bad gig in the end. I'm going to show this attack by Asuka and I think 4 Town Hall 9s. So here we go. This attack, he brought a golem, and he's going to do a little bit of queen walk here. Goes ahead and puts the healers on the golem on the front end, and the purpose for that is kind of, queen's trying to push through those trash buildings, get to the point defenses there. Excuse me. He goes ahead and drops the lightning and the earthquake there on that inferno, takes that down. And I believe he got a sweeper with that as well. So that was a good trade there. He still got the freeze, 2 haste in the bag. Queen's going to move up, start taking out some point defense. The purpose for the golem is so that the queen cannot have to have all that damage on her, because you would have to bring at least 5 healers for the amount of damage she would be taking. And with the golem, it's going to last to the end of the raid, as you'll see, and still going to be alive, and does a lot of tanking for her, does a lot of good, is able to stay out of range of the air defense, and her queen, his queen takes absolutely no damage. But what you're going to see here on the right, at about 3 o'clock, there goes his king. He's dropping him down, and whenever I saw this live, I was like, what's the purpose of the king in this raid? Queen's outside, the walk takes her down, and 2 air defenses. But only thing I could think of, and of course Asuka, much higher caliber attacker than me, is whenever he goes and he sends him in, he takes out the king. That's not really a big deal, but he also gets all those defenses in that little corner over there. And the purpose I could think of for that was so that whenever he deploys his hounds and his loons, look at this left side. It's gone. So really they only have to go straight across the base, and the only thing in the middle of the base except for that inferno is some Teslas, Besides that, there's not a whole lot more. So they can go straight to the air defenses and just go straight path, not take a circle trip, if you will. So has a ton of loons left over, able to get the last air defense down right as the hound is going away. Like I said earlier, that queen and the golem, golemites are still tanking to the end of the raid. So super awesome attack. I got to watch this one live, and that was pretty special. It was a cleanup attack, so you knew where everything was. You knew where all the what was in the clan castle, that is. Knew where the Teslas were. That kind of gig, but still an awesome attack. Definitely high caliber stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and speed it up here for cleanup. But yeah, that was a wrap. 2.5 minutes, I believe. So awesome work on a really high level base. 98 out of 100, I believe, is the scale. All right, so the next one I was going to show was, I believe it was, Bebe on 12. This was a first attack by Bebe. I believe she brings a Go Vaho. I don't know exactly how to say it. Either way, golems, Valks, hogs. Goes and drops it down. Like I said, this was first attack, so she got really lucky right there with that Tesla being there, which, I mean, that's where I would have put the golem too. Goes ahead and is able to take that down on the front end. Starts making her funnel, really big, wide funnel. Really nowhere for the king to go. and makes the wall break successful. Still even has one in the bag. Like I stressed in the last 2 videos, you know, you need extra wall breakers just in case, you know, a spring trap or a bomb is there. I got kind of nervous, you know, that her queen was going to take a walk. She got lucky. Went exactly where she wanted it to. Goes ahead and drops the Valks in. Maybe a little bit early on that, but it's not going to come back and bite her. She still has a few left, I believe, at the end of the raid. Queen is not going to exactly stay right behind the kill squad here, but goes ahead and hits the Rage and the King ability. Is able to drop the poison right on the clan castle, keep them there for a while. Able to do a lot of work, as well as the clan castle wizards under that raid, or the rage spell, to take down that dragon that was in there. Goes ahead and starts the hogs. Queen's still alive, going to do a lot of work on cleanup here. Goes ahead and starts the hogs, and it's great on really big spread out bases like this, that as long as you don't get doubled up, you know, you path your hogs the right way. It's a pretty good idea. Or if you have a good idea, then you're probably going to get a 3 because, you know, spread out bases are great and they're great for anti-air. But, I mean, if you don't have really awesome double giant bomb spots, then you're not going to get a hog attack because hogs can just bunch up. You don't have to run 30 of them, you know, to be able to get a 3-star. So, has a ton of hogs left over. And that's going to be about it for this base. This was the first attack. That was really awesome, just out of nowhere. Climbing the ladder there. So really awesome work by Bebe. Once again, you know, really, I think she had 6 in this war, so really always a good job from her. Has really stepped it up here in the last few wars. So, awesome work. Alright, the next attack that I was going to show was, I believe it was Cloudy here on 15, yep. This was a cleanup attack. I think this might have even been 3rd attack on this base, but was able to take it down. The first one was an air attack. I believe the second one they tried to hog it. But this one did a little bit different. Split it up. Went ahead and did the split up team here. Gonna only bring a single Valk. Get rid of the queen. It goes ahead and makes that funnel up top. Starts working with the queen. Does have a level 30 queen, so that's really helpful. Able to get the successful wall break. Drop them in a few at a time. And kill squad goes straight to the middle. Still working on that funnel down here. Not going to quite get it, but it's not really going to hinder him too much. Goes in and gets the lure. Drops the heal. All that good stuff. The king comes down here in a second. I'll try to get it to where I can show both of them at the same time. The north and south. Had a golem to tank for the king for a second, because he has to get through a little bit there. A few point defenses right there by the queen. Goes in and drops that the second jump. Knew where all the bombs were, of course, you know, cleanup attack, so went ahead and took care of those. Starts dropping the hogs, like I said in, you know, the last raid. Really spread out like this. There's only 3 point defenses up here, 2 or 3. So, I mean, you don't have to heal them as soon as they go in. You don't have to throw down like 20 of them. You can just kind of sprinkle them in a little bit at a time, as long as they don't hit a bunch of spring traps. I mean, you're in there. Hits the king ability, takes down the queen, gets that, and even a few extra point defense. And is able to swing this one out in the end. Really awesome raid. This base was not too troubling. We were just, you know, into the war. People were not putting forth their best effort. Queen is able to just hang on there, do a lot of cleanup. This was really close, I think, in terms of time. He might have had 5 seconds left. Just a really great raid, but it takes a lot to matriculate whenever you're doing, you know, your kill squad north and then a queen kill. At the south. I mean, it's a lot going on to be able to keep up with, but hogs did a good job here helping clean up. Had a few left. These archers up here probably saved the 99%, but was able to work it all in the end. So awesome raid by Cloudy. Right, and so good attack there by Cloudy. Last attack I'm going to show was Brian on 23. Brian had 6 stars this war. One of them was a first attack. So that was nice. He did good this war. Really solid job. I wish I could say the same. My golems, man, they just did not want to go where I needed them to. They were running around in circles, it seemed. So he goes ahead and starts from the south. The first attack, this is a cleanup attack. The first attack on this base was an air raid, so he did not know where bombs were. It was really tough because this base has a lot of spots, as you can see. I think the kill squad runs over one of them. We were really debating where the other one was. I had a feeling, just a gut feeling, that it was over here. But everybody else was saying over here. But we'll find out who was right in the end. he ended up being able to make it work. Yeah, he goes ahead and runs over the first one, so that's how he knew where that one was. So goes ahead and drops that giant tank a little bit. Is able to sprinkle in a few hogs there. Kill squad works in, gets the queen kill. Gonna go a little bit deeper. Not quite gonna get the jump to go over that wall right there for the king. Well, never mind. Sorry. Doing his kill squad doing their thing. Gonna work in a little bit with the hogs. Keep them under a heal. He brought 3 heal for this raid. No rage. And this is, everybody kind of held their breath right here because this is make or break for this raid. And so they went in, and it looked like did not have a double there. So, you know what? You don't have to listen to me. I don't claim to be perfect, but hey, my gut's right. Ended up getting his hogs double up there, but luckily he had a few go up top to that cannon. Still under that heal spell. Really, really clutch placement there. And good thing there wasn't a spring. Was able to pull this one out in the end. Really close raid. Awesome job by Brian. And even had a golem left over. Queen took a stroll. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. But in the end, it worked out. So good job, Brian. Nice war, man. Also, one of the other people that are stepping it up. A lot of our guys and gals, for that sake, have been stepping it up here lately. So solid war once again from the folks at Noble Nines. Our current war is a bit of a mismatch for our Town Hall 10s, but I don't believe they've got 2 more than us, but their Town Hall 9s are not the caliber of the last war. That's what we'll say. But so thanks again for watching, folks. Come back next time. I'll have that video up for the next war as soon as it's over with, and clash on.